welcome back. And this time the tables have turned. Now I have questions for your millennial guru, Utkarsh. My name is Kesha, as you all know, and I have a few male perspective based questions for Utkarsh about the societal taboo we have right now going on. So let's see what he has to say about it. Okay, Utkarsh, do you feel you know human basics of human body?
I do.
Like
Yeah.
how male
Correct.
female body functions?
Yeah.
You are confident? Okay, you can ask basic, no technical questions, just some basic things.
Yeah, definitely.
Just because you're surrounded with a lot of students of both the genders and
Yes, yes.
in your house or something, you're confident?
Yep.
Okay, so let's start, everybody. Utkarsh, what is menstruation?
Menstruation is the what you call it in simple language, periods, where women have this flow discharge, a monthly discharge of blood and other elements which I can't name exactly, and they are discharged every month, and it's a natural process, and it's a healthy process, which is a sign that you can produce babies, you can be a mother.
So,
And it's also a sign that you are a fully functioning hormonal human being.
so I must say on this that you have been surrounded with really nice women who have given you enough knowledge on that, because many people fail to answer this.
In fact, people cringe.
Cringe.
Like the moment you
Dodge.
mention periods, sanitary napkins, people, even I've seen people, they have taboo words for it that they can't use. They make faces. It's her time of the month. So these are the
facial expressions about it.
Yeah. So I have been fortunate enough to understand it in a healthy way. I had a friend. She in fact had a PMS playlist. She used to listen to a particular track of songs. When she was PMSing. I was new to the whole term. What is PMSing? So gradually, coming in contact with females who were open about it and who talked about it, I completely respect, I completely understand, and I'm completely comfortable talking about it now.
Very nice. So that's credit to your friend and sister, your marriage, or your wife, your mother. Credit goes to all the healthy,
All the healthy women.
knowledgeable women in your life. Next question, maybe you had one answer to them. What are the other words for menstruation? Now, just because your vocabulary and your English is nice, let's see.
Well, then you're putting me in a spot because I've never taught this in my classes, which I've never taught the synonyms for it. So, menstrual cycle, periods, then time of the month, right? Chumming. Chumming is the word.
It's nice.
So I think these are the four words.
And
Yeah.
now
Or then there are other words like it's one of the female things, girl
that is
things.
so we would put it in
Quotes, yeah, it's the girl thing.
I can tell you one of them could be menarche.
Minarchy.
Menarche is
Okay.
also the word for this, and sometimes there is still a lot of conjecture about it. But menorrhea,
Menorrhea.
menorrhea
Okay.
and menarche, these are the also words used for this. Okay, you have did answer to this question, but then again reframe it nicely. What is the importance of menstruation for a woman's health?
A woman needs to have menstrual cycle. She needs to have those discharges on a regular basis. So first of all, mentally it's a good sign for her. It's a reinforcement that things are working well in her body.
Yes, very
Right. Secondly, it's a sign that all your organs are functioning fine, and you are capable of bringing another human being into this world. And thirdly, the irregularities, or the way it is, it also tells you whether you are healthy or not.
Nice, very nice. So I must say that you have a lot of insightful and I guess observational information, which plays a very vital role.
Correct.
In for your personal situations also, when you have lot of women around you, and for future references also, because you work in a place where you can influence lot of people.
True.
So definitely this has been really nice. What is the normal length and duration of a menstrual cycle?
I think it ranges from 4 days to 6, 7. I can't, I don't
can
claim to be a genius in this, but yeah, it's from 4 to 6 days.
As per your knowledge, what are the problems women face during menarche?
They get moody. That's like the 101 sign that we know. That's how we guys frame it. Like, hey, she's cranky. Cranky is when women get irritated, they're mad at you, they want to fight with you, they are pissed, and they're angry, and you don't know why. You as a male, you don't understand why she's angry. You know what is it that you have to, yeah. So that's the difficult.
You don't know the specificity. Where is this coming from?
Yeah, and you don't know what to do. What is the right thing? So basically, there are certain things that you can do to make females feel comfortable. First is listen to what they want, right? Very important. As in, they'll tell you to just get out of here, leave from their sight, don't stay there. You know, sometimes women can't stand the sight of you. If they need company, if they're lonely, you're supposed to be there. Give them a good company, a good laugh. Distraction is quite important. If the pain is not too much, then watching a good series or having a good talk, going on a drive, eating something nice, especially ice cream, definitely.
Coming from personal experience, I must
definitely.
say. Somebody did a good job in training me as a good male companion while the periods.
Yeah. So those are the things that you can do, but still, you can say that you'll never be 100% ready as a guy to handle somebody. But you can do things to make them feel comfortable about it.
Very good, very nice. What are the products you think women used during menstruation?
For products, I know about two of them. The first is sanitary pads, which have different sizes. Wow, like XL and all that, because I've bought them. And then there are tampons. So tampons are also more convenient for some females. So these are the two things I know about.
And then there's again, I must tell you, menstrual cup. So nowadays these are safe. Do not use plastic. So basically, sanitary pads come in plastic.
Okay.
So a lot of people do promote cups. So that's also very similar to tampons, but it's kind of different. Very nice. What is the role of hygiene or healthy menstruation according to you?
I think I'll give all the credit to Akshay Kumar for promoting it. From his ads, that's because I was a teenager when I saw those advertisements, and his movie Padman. And it made me realize that there are so many women in India who are suffering from physical problems that we don't even know. Males, we don't even know that these problems exist. So because of the lack of these things, lack of hygiene, lack of sanitary pads, they catch a lot of infections and diseases even, and it even results in death sometimes. So it's very important to take care of these aspects. And if you can put aside other things, but you should never compromise on buying these products.
True. Very nice, very nice. What are the myths you have faced or you have listened and you think this could be just kind of myth or just kind of made up thing when it comes to menstruation?
Myths, I think they're not myths, but I have seen a lot of guys who don't understand how this process works. Guys don't have any idea what it is, what exactly is this process and how it works. So it is not just a process in human beings, it's the same process in all mammals. All the mammals have this. So I think in fact not misconceptions or myths, but people don't have the knowledge, the right kind of knowledge. So they have no idea what they are dealing with basically. In families, I've seen that it's a no topic, it's a taboo topic. So you can't talk about it. I have seen religious practices where you can't touch the female. She's not supposed to enter the kitchen, cook, because she's considered impure, right? Whereas in the same place we even worship women, right? And in fact this menstrual cycle is actually a sign of a healthy woman. So I don't think that these things are right in the society. These practices are right.
What do you think could be a possible reason for this? Like you say, males don't understand. What do you think could be the reason behind it?
I think as Indian parents, we don't want our child to grow up too soon. If it is a boy or a girl, regardless of that, we don't want them to grow too soon, and because of that we try to protect them from sex, the knowledge of sex, as soon as possible. We don't want them to get exposed to it before their age. And thanks to their great amazing friends, talented friends, and the amazing Google, parents can't actually protect their children from it. So what happens is children find it out. Even I did. I found out about it from my friends who had crazy ideas. Like I can't even talk here about what ideas they had and what they imagined. But people lack the males. We are not even actually spoken about. So like in every family I've seen that moms or your sisters won't talk about it to you openly, and because of that you cannot fully understand what exactly it is, and because of that you can't be sympathetic to it, you can't be supportive to it, and what it is, it's just it is left as a female thing.
So I think a woman was not treated with dignity when it comes to this topic.
Correct. In fact,
not provided with enough dignity. So I do think sex education could play a major role here, because
yes,
as you were saying, that great friends who provide just insufficient and inadequate the knowledge,
completely ignorant,
and a lot of aspects then related to it, because when you continue on the process periods and then sex during the periods or no sex during the periods, I don't think then the people with lack of sex education knowledge could understand this process later in their adulthood also, when they get married, and the way the process, at least not being supportive, but then not at least creating even more problems during that time. So we think that could be one of the reasons. Do you agree?
True. I believe that when these men who lack knowledge or they don't have an insight about what exactly this is, they basically discard it. They discard it and they don't consider it as a real problem. It's not even a problem. It's a real thing. And when say a female is on her cycle, she is treated the same way. She's expected to work the same way. You don't understand that she won't be able to give her best mentally and physically when she's going through that. So when we have the lack of knowledge or information about this, you expect her to just forget it, put it aside, and continue with her task. And here that is what happens. You expect her to come to work. You don't want to give her a leave. You don't want to give her a day off just because she's not well. Right? So men, we expect them to just ignore the pain and just go on with what's going on, because that's how we men are. We can compartmentalize, we can put away things, but that's not the way this works. This is something that we have not been gifted with. We are not born with it, so we'll never really truly understand what it is. So because of the lack of it, men completely behave ignorant towards it. In fact, they even get irritated. They get put off when a female says that she is menstruating, and this is a major problem, especially in our country where people don't talk openly about it. Women have to face this problem, and in fact, I've seen women where they accommodate this fact. They get accustomed to it, and ultimately they start adjusting towards it, because they know that nobody is going to understand it. So they try to,
not to address.
They'll try to bypass it, and they will try to ignore it themselves. They'll try to put up with the work, the responsibility, the stress that they have been given, because they know men are not going to get it. So if men get it, it would definitely help.
What was as you said, one of your friends, and other than that, any conversation you had with a healthy female conversation, the first healthy female conversation you had with a female? You can remember mentioning it.
Honestly, I did not have this conversation with a female again. I had this conversation with a friend of mine who was also a male. But then he had good insights about it. And so he told me a lot about it. And then I met a friend of mine. Then who was a female. And she was completely comfortable with it. She addressed it openly. In fact, she was comfortable enough joking about it. She could joke about it. She could talk about it. And she could put it as an excuse or reason to do whatever she wanted. She was very comfortable with her menstrual cycle. So I think from her and her comfortness with gynecology and female sexuality, I got the awareness about everything.
And that's a good part on your side also, because I think that it comes vice versa. Like you feel you trust a person when you feel the person trustworthy enough.
True.
So it comes like vice versa. So maybe you would have been enough supported by this, because you had pre-knowledge about it.
Correct.
So it did help a lot.
Yeah, so that maybe might have helped her to open up to me, right?
True, true. So now, as a lot of companies have started the first day period leaves, recently just Zomato has passed it. What are your views on that?
That is excellent. I didn't know about it until now, but I think if they are doing it, it's great. In fact, everybody should apply it in their organization.
Do you think that would some might trigger the male working sector?
Men are going to complain as soon as women get some benefits. Men are going to complain about it, but then we have to accept. We men have to accept that. Come on, no matter how much we talk about physically, we are different, and we need to acknowledge it and respect it.
Very good.
If we come to terms with these things, I don't think men would be triggered with these problems. Yeah.
So, being a male, if you like work in some kind of company, do you think just because some of your female co-workers gets this holiday or this leave is what we say, your work productivity would be disturbing?
I don't think so. No, I don't think a man's productivity should go down if somebody else takes the leave. You know, it's a personal issue that somebody is having. It's not even an issue. I'm sorry. It's a thing that someone has taken. So it should definitely not affect your productivity. You can go on with the day normally.
So you definitely do not support it to list it in the sickness leave criteria.
No, definitely not. Yeah, so just like we have the maternity leave, this could be one of those things. So definitely, even when you call it sickness, it's wrong because it's not a sickness. So you can't put it under the category of sickness leave, right? So yes, I don't think it should be under that.
What are your views that with now as these leaves are suddenly passing to lots of companies are adopting it, maybe corporate job companies would think that let's not give like higher level roles and responsibility to a female candidate. So right now, though we understand the criteria of working from home, the concept is deeply widely adopted. But do you think this might trigger these kind of aspects that they might lack?
I think a company would be stupid if they stopped recruiting females. I think females, they promote homeliness, they promote trust basically, and they give us a feeling where you can work in harmony. So I think all these sweet emotions like love, warmth, care, I think they are the byproduct of females. So if a company is taking somebody at that level who's a female, I think that company is going to make major progress. So if any organization is women led, they're providing enough opportunities to women, the company is only going to grow. It's not going to go down. So if a company is discriminating on the basis of this, I think it's not going to work out for them.
Okay, so like you own your own, you are an entrepreneur. So would you yourself feel this in your sector female working co-workers that they should be comfortable enough if they are taking leave for this purpose?
I have worked with I have a staff, and my staff is of the size is very small. It's of 4 female teachers, and because obviously students are more comfortable when they're learning from
a teacher,
not like a scary guy looking like me teaching them. Nobody wants that. So
it's genuinely not like that.
So then whenever a teacher has texted me, my faculty has texted me, sir, I'm not well, I never even question them, what's wrong, why do you want to take the day off. I just tell them, go ahead, take the day off. I have given them ample of half days. They have not come to work in the morning right on the first day, and have completely been fine with it, and it has never ever been a problem. And because of this nature of mine, all the people who have worked for me have been very comfortable throughout their tenure. They have never had any problem working.
No, but it's definitely true. Because even while I was asking this whole monarchy questions and I didn't feel you awkward. So I think you would transform that to other ways also. That if I am asking you questions and you won't feel uncomfortable or something, you would promote in that way that even somebody else, you ask questions, they don't feel uncomfortable. So yes, that was very nice. Last question on the ending note, I would ask that, so on this whole monarchy leave thing, anything you would think it could be a drawback?
Not at all. Again, I'll explain it. The way we sneeze, the way we yawn, the way we cough, we have natural things that go on, natural things that happen in our body. Menstrual cycle is just one of them. The way we have the urge to urinate, the way we have the urge to go to the toilet, so these are natural factors that happen. But this is not just that. It is more than that.
Intensity.
It is, because of the pain, all these things. So it's a natural phenomenon that's happening in the body, in the female body. So there is nothing wrong with granting a leave to a female, maybe on the first day of the periods. I think there's nothing wrong with it. It's a great idea, and if females are granted that, they can actually take a day off, deal with the pain, they can relax, rest, they can come back to work more energized, relaxed, and maybe they'll be able to
even more productive.
Yeah, exactly.
That helps in productivity. So thank you so much. That was really very enduring conversation with Millennial Guru here. It's not that easy, these days to talk with a male regarding minority, especially in India, and not very developmental state, developed city. It's still a taboo to address. It's still a stigma to have enough voice about. But really very happy, and I'm proud to say that I got a chance to have a conversation with a male regarding the whole male perception on this topic, and very open about it, very straight-minded about it, and that was really very sweet, very helpful for the purpose I've been doing